Um, so hello to everyone who's joining. I'm literally so excited to have you guys here with us. My name is Candace Junée. If you didn't already know me, I'm a faith-based business owner, marketer, consultant. I do a lot of different things. We're going to jump into it, but today I am literally going to teach alongside our friends at ManyChat, and it's literally going to be an amazing time. So I'm really excited about this. But one thing about me is I start everything with prayer. So we're going to pray really quickly, and then we're just going to jump into the fullness of what we've got here today. But I'm seeing in the chat, you guys are literally from all over, from Florida, South Carolina, to Texas, Georgia, Maryland, Costa Rica, St. Louis, Jersey. So I'm so glad that you guys are on here, and we'll just get started. All right. So dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you so much for today. We thank you for these amazing entrepreneurs, their purpose, their destiny, everything that you have for them, everything that you have in store. I just pray that this session, that your Holy Spirit would be present, and that just creativity would flow, and that just new ideas would begin to flow, even as we're showing new ways to do marketing or new things that are maybe new to us. Lord, I just pray that you would expand their mind about what they can see themselves doing in business throughout this with ManyChat, Lord. So we just thank you for all that you're doing. And I just pray that you would have your way, and that today would be literally a life-changing experience for so many people that are on here. So we thank you for what you're doing. In the mighty name of Jesus, I pray, amen. All right, so like I said, super glad that you guys are on here. I'm gonna actually go ahead and share my screen because I love to teach with slides. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. And here we go. All right, you guys should be able to see my screen in just a moment. All right, so welcome to the Income Automation Masterclass. This is actually a masterclass that's all focused on how to make passive income using Instagram DM automation. This is actually a masterclass that I have partnered with ManyChat to offer to you guys, because yes, I'm a marketer, but there are ins and outs of ManyChat that I do not fully understand or know. And that's why we've got our amazing co-host for this masterclass. And I'm gonna spotlight her so she can give a quick hello and introduce herself before we jump in.
Hi everyone, how's it going? My name is Trilce. I'm from Costa Rica, and I am so excited to be here with you today. So let's get this party going, Candace.
Awesome, really excited for this. So pretty much one thing about me is when I teach, I like it to be interactive. I live alone. I'm in Chicago. I'm in a room alone by myself, but I don't want to feel like I'm alone. I want to feel like you guys are right here with me. So if you're feeling something and you're like, ooh, I like that, I need you to respond in the chat. I need you guys talking to me just so that I can feel like you guys are in the room. And if you have questions, feel free to, drop that in the chat too in the moment, in case you guys have questions that may be relative to what's on the slide. So thank you guys so much for commenting and sharing. So what we're gonna do, if you didn't already sign up for ManyChat, I sent out an email once you signed up where you should be able to get signed up for ManyChat just to check it out for yourself. And you'll be able to actually get access to a 1-month free access to the pro account. And when I tell you that ManyChat has literally revolutionized my business in the past year and a half, I definitely highly recommend it. And one thing about me is I don't recommend nothing I don't use. So I use ManyChat a ton in my business, and I just really want to share with you how I've been able to utilize ManyChat in my business. Now, this link, you may be like, oh my God, I missed this or whatever. Just check your email. I sent it to you already if you signed up for this. So don't you worry. You guys are going to get to learn a lot about ManyChat today and exactly what it is that ManyChat does and how you can use it in your business for income automation. But what I want to know first is how would your life actually change if you could make more money in your sleep? I see some familiar faces in here. I feel like, I know I want to say, I know he has the brand called hardly home. Marcus King, he's in here. So I know he's hardly home. He's always traveling. And I'm certain there are other entrepreneurs who are here, who are live. And I would love to see how this would kind of help you guys. So I'm seeing things that you may think are common or may feel familiar to you. Alicia said, I would quit my job, LOL. Listen, I need a laughing but serious with that, because listen, if you could quit your job for making more passive income, that would change the game, right? Tanya says, free up time. LaCharelle says, I would travel more. I'm seeing I would quit substitute teaching. Definitely my time back and travel more. Tiffany says, life would change drastically. And if I could actually create a legacy for my family. What's so interesting is I'm a business and marketing coach, but I can tell y'all now that legacy, especially for people of color, are oftentimes one of the number one reasons that we're building businesses, because we desire to create generational wealth. We desire to, have more time to ourselves. And that's what we're going to talk about today, is like, how could we go about really building our businesses in a way that it's a little bit more automated. So I'm going to jump right to it. But I want you guys to think of how it would change your mind and your business as we're learning through this today. Because at first glance, if you're like not super techie, you might be like, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. Just let the overwhelm just ease away. Okay. We're going to try to do our best to simplify things to make you comfortable implementing these things and allowing you to really move forward in business with automation. So I love to talk numbers. So we're going to talk about some stats about automation. 80% of marketers saw an increase in the number of leads after using marketing automation software. And we're going to talk about what automation is. But, back in the day, I remember when I was younger, I would hear on the news, like, robots are going to replace people. Robots are going to replace people. And we just thought it would be like these actual robots. But at the end of the day, what's really cool about the world that we live in is that there are so many things and processes that are automated to make our lives easier. And it's not like a robot in place of a person in the sense that there's a physical robot, but there are a lot of different automation tools that really help make our lives easier, to help us save time and actually make more money. And so if marketers are seeing this type of increase in their number of leads, imagine how you can build your leads. This is also according to findstack.com, where it says literally using chatbots can help save up to 30% of customer support costs. And I am this stat is so relevant in my business, because I literally last year had I had to hire someone to manage all of my Instagram DMs that were coming in, common questions, things like that. And honestly, I was able to get rid of the person on my team, save costs on having someone on my team to respond to customer inquiries by putting in place simple chat bot responses through ManyChat. So this is just the power of what you can do with ManyChat. And automation. And last but not least, 78% of successful marketers say that marketing automation is most responsible for improving revenue contribution. So what does that mean? That means that marketing where you don't have to physically, kind of be present and be on top of it. So today's goal is to give you a passive income strategy that you can walk away with and begin implementing immediately. Okay. So first you're going to hear from me, and then you're going to hear from our friends at ManyChat. I cannot pronounce Trilce's name correctly, and I can't say it as beautifully as she said it. So she says to call her Tiki. Okay, so that's her nickname, and so I'm really excited about that next session as well. So if you don't know me, I just want to give you guys a quick overview of who I am, but I run Candace Junée Enterprises, which is a marketing consulting company. I literally have a background in mechanical engineering. I studied engineering in undergrad, transitioned to focus on my master's in business, graduated at the age of 23, working in corporate America, had my MBA and my master's in my undergrad in business or undergrad in mechanical engineering. And I worked in corporate America for 3 years doing digital marketing technology consulting. So literally this is the meat of what I love to do, which is really talking about like the technology that enables a more effective marketing campaigns, things like chatbots, things like that. And just basically the technology that makes things flow seamlessly behind the scenes. And then in 2020, like I said, I quit my job in 2017. I launched my consulting firm in January of 2018. And literally in 2020, I went from $0 in the bank, built a six-figure business. In the next year, I made a multiple six-figure business. I was able to generate $275,000 in 12 months. And imagine going from like that same year, I went from having like, I want to say 10 to 12,000 followers on Instagram to it like literally skyrocketed from like 25,000, 35,000. And then I look up, it's like I have 50,000 followers, and imagine the immense number of DMs. Like I went from like responding to DMs on my own to being so overwhelmed with the amount of DMs that were coming in. And so I've been able to build like a successful business, but I spend my days helping other people build successful businesses as well. These are some of the brands I've been able to partner with and work with, just so you know a little bit more about me. But I love automation, and I love making sure that entrepreneurs can really implement things to make their businesses more simplified. So what we're going to talk about today during my session is what marketing and income automation is, marketing funnel basics, how you can use ManyChat in your marketing. And we're going to walk through a full automated income funnel that I use in my business. Like y'all can literally go steal this, put this into play, and do what you got to do with your business. Okay. And then simple setup of ManyChat flows. Okay. So one thing I love about ManyChat is that it's super simple. And if you can't figure something out, they probably have an example flow of how to do it, so that you can really set yourself up for success. So let's talk about marketing automation. Now, in the chat, I told y'all not to be quiet. I know I'm talking fast because I got a lot to get through. But if you like what you're hearing, and if you're excited about this, put it in the chat that you're excited, just so that I know you guys are still here and you guys are still with me. So I appreciate that. Thank you, Tanya, for letting me know. Lauren, Miss Coleman, Tiffany, thank you. You guys are the best. Okay, so let's talk about what marketing automation is. Basically, it's all that I was just talking about. It's technology that enables marketing campaigns to flow automatically. So that means without human interaction. It's kind of like you set it and forget it. So you set it one time and then it's always going to run. And that's a really cool thing about automation, because you don't have to be super present for yourself to be making money. So it doesn't have that human interaction on an ongoing basis. And a lot of the marketing automation, these are always, they're typically initiated by the user or by your potential customer, or, you know, your recurring customer. A lot of times the initiation or the trigger starts with your audience. Okay. Excuse me. So let's talk about income automation. Income automation is literally income that is passively made through automated marketing campaigns. So when you automate your income, it's like you're assigning, when you have marketing on the back end, but you're being intentional about generating actual income from the marketing campaigns that you're setting up. And so that's what I'm going to walk you guys through. So how many of you guys have ever seen this? I know you probably have seen this if you've been on my email list or anybody else's email list. How many of you guys have ever seen an email in your inbox from someone who is trying to market to you or talk to you, or they're a business owner? Or like, how many of you guys, I know I get emails from Fashion Nova all the time. I get emails from other like tech companies as well. So I know you guys have seen that, right? And I know a lot of times people complicate the whole world of marketing funnels, but I promise you that it's a lot more simple than you think, but you just have to think a little bit strategically about it. So this is just a sign that you've been in somebody's marketing funnel before. Like it doesn't have to feel all like, oh my God, like what do I need to do? Because guess what? We're going to give you the funnel today. So let's talk about what a funnel is. A funnel is just a fancy word of saying, like, how are we going to take people and get their attention for long enough to actually purchase from you eventually? And how do we get their attention? Because a lot of times when you get customers to buy from you once, it's often easier to get an already, like someone who's already purchased from you, the opportunity to, actually purchase from you again. So it's really awesome because one thing I love about marketing is that your customers, when they become loyal customers, they like are repeat purchasers. So listen, I live nearby a Starbucks and a Target, and they get far too much money of mine, right? But it's because I'm a loyal customer. It's because they got my attention at some point years ago, and I was interested. And I'm consistently making new decisions. But the cool thing about even brands like, some of our favorite brands like Target or Nike, like you still see them doing marketing. So that just goes to show that marketing is important for every business at every level. So a marketing funnel is basically saying, how do we get people's attention and awareness? And in this awareness space, this is where content and traffic is being driven into. So this is traffic to your website. This may come from social media. This may come from so many different ways. And in the digital marketing world, and with digital products, oftentimes, whether you have products or services, you may have a freebie or a lead magnet. And we'll talk about what that actually looks like. But that is that person making a decision to say, hey, I'm actually interested in this. And then they make a decision and make a purchase for that paid offer, or they're in the decision phase of making a decision about that paid offer, and then they take action to actually purchase. So, one thing I always like to point out is that this decision phase is a phase in and of itself, because you have to understand that your customers, some people, they're like quick buyers and they may, decide to buy in the moment, but sometimes it takes people time for them to feel comfortable and confident to actually purchase from you. So that decision phase, that's a whole entire phase of marketing where you can basically help someone make a decision about making a purchase with your business. Okay. And so let's get to it. Now, the funnel that we're going to focus on for this today is the digital product tripwire. So I want to know in the chat, how many of you guys if you've seen this before, just say I've seen it, where you see after you sign up for something free, right after it, they give you like a landing page that has like a countdown timer, or they're like, hey, by the way, buy this. Like if you've ever seen that, I want you guys to say in the chat that yes, you've seen it. Okay. So this is the passive income funnel that we are going to focus on today. Okay. So income automation, and we're focusing specifically on digital product tripwires and how you can make money with your digital products. Okay. So let's revisit this funnel that we talked about, right? So you already go from, traffic with your content, or, whether it's like you creating let's focus on Instagram. So you're creating content on Instagram, and you're driving traffic to, you want to drive traffic to like a landing page or something like that. And essentially, what typically happens with a typical marketing funnel is that people are going to go down this journey to purchasing from you at this set point. Okay. And so next, how a typical email marketing funnel works is that you're going to go down this funnel, but in order for someone to make a purchase, the subscriber may be on your email list and may purchase from you at a later point. So basically, they see the social media content, they land on the freebie lead magnet, they get access to that, and now, boom, they're added to your email list. And then once they're added to your email list, you have the freedom to be able to interact with them, send emails to them, get their attention, and get them to purchase a product right there from their email. But the really cool thing about a tripwire funnel is it kind of reminds me of how if you're in the grocery store and you're going up the aisle, once you get to the register, there's like these final little offers. Like you're going to see some M&Ms, you're going to see some gum, you're going to see, some safety pins. And, it's strategic marketing and placement, because what they're doing is they're saying, while we're here, here's some things that may also be of interest to you while you're here, while you're at the point of purchase. And that's essentially what you're trying to do with your marketing, with digital marketing, with the tripwire. So what a tripwire does is it removes that initial like moment of having to do continuous email marketing to get someone to purchase from you. So right in the moment, when someone is interested in that specific offer or specific free item, you're going to offer them a paid item that is also related to it. And it's going to allow your customer to become a customer sooner. And let me tell you why this is so valuable. Like I said before, when you have a business and you're getting customers, it is often easier for someone to become a repeat purchaser than it is for you to get someone who doesn't know anything about your business and have never made a purchase to make a purchase. And why is that? Because when someone purchases, especially a digital product, they now know a little bit more about your business. They know what you do. They know how you show up to serve your clients, and they trust you. So you're building that kind of know, like, and trust factor through your actual paid products. And now when you have a sale for something larger or you're offering them something else, they may be even more excited to actually purchase from you because they can trust your business, and it's easier for them to like say yes to you because they said yes to you before. Okay. So this is how a tripwire funnel changes things. Now, let's talk about what exactly a freebie or a lead magnet is. I know many of you guys have probably heard about it, but it is a free product or offer that gets your target audience into your marketing funnel. Okay, this gets them into your email marketing funnel. So the goal is to get them interested, educated, and on the road to know, like, and trust you. Okay, that's what a lead magnet is. I'm gonna jump through all of this, and I have got visuals for you so you don't miss anything. Okay, so my top 3 lead magnet ideas, right? These are some of my favorite lead magnet ideas that you can utilize in your business. Number 1 is a checklist. I know a lot of us have seen that. So let's say if you are a parent that has decided to homeschool your kids. So let's say you create resources for other parents who are homeschooling their children. So maybe there's a checklist of like homeschool essentials for, the everyday parent. So like a checklist like that is a really great way because it sounds enticing. It's like, oh my God, I'm doing this for the first time, don't know what I'm doing. And let me get this checklist so that I know I'm doing things right. And so regardless of whatever business idea you have, I think a checklist is a really, really great way to get your audience's attention and add value to them in an area that they're interested in. Then we've got the ebook. An ebook is awesome too because it goes a little bit more into detail for those who like to read. Checklists are kind of like quick and you can check through it and it gives them value. An ebook kind of has similar content that a checklist would, but it's going a little bit more into detail. So it may include photos, it may include, graphics, it may also include text, right? And then you have a video training. You can have a simple video training. And a lot of times people think that video trainings need to be extremely elaborate. And to be honest, they don't. They can just be super simple. It can be a 10-minute, instead of you writing out the checklist, you can do a recording of like 10 things you need to know as a stay-at-home parent, or as a, what do you call it? What was I just saying? Not stay-at-home parent, but as a homeschooling parent, right? And so these are my top 3 lead magnet ideas that you guys can get started with if you're putting together your funnel to start creating income with digital products in an automated way. Okay, so now I know you're wondering how to turn a free offer into an instant sale, and that's exactly what I'm going to get into. In this case, it starts with ManyChat, right? So when it comes to ManyChat, the thing that I love about ManyChat is there's so many opportunities for your audience to interact with you. But let's say if someone wants to interact with me right now, I'm in the middle of teaching this live with you guys. So I can't respond to them, but if they may be reaching out and be interested in that moment, the really awesome thing about DM automation is that it serves them when they are ready and when they are interested. So a lot of times, like, how many of you guys have ever reached out to like a brand or someone and it's like you send a DM and then first of all, no one sees the DM and it gets ignored, or or, you like wait forever to hear a response back, or you may have like a very simple question and you're like, I know you got the answer for me. And honestly, that happens a lot because, we can't be everywhere at the same time, right? So these are just, I'm going to walk through three very simple flows that you can utilize with ManyChat to really help you build your automated flows. So the first one is a conversation starter. And I'm going to walk you guys through what all these are. So just wait. So I'm going to show you guys in action. So a conversation starter is basically whenever someone has never had a conversation with you before via DM, and they may have some common questions. And so instead of them typing out a full-blown response, you already have some custom pre-generated responses that they can just tap on and boom, they got the answer right in their fingertips, okay? And then the second option is the keyword. And so the keyword option is having the ability to, and these are just 3 flows that I like to use in my business. ManyChat has so many other flows, like it can get super complex. But the keyword flow is one that I really like because a lot of times I'll say, DM me for like all of you guys, if you signed up on Instagram, you had to DM me the word automation to sign up for this. And then I sent you a link. So you guys saw ManyChat in action right before your eyes. And I love this because it really helps your audience, connect with you in that moment. And then there is the story mention reply. And that basically is whenever someone mentions your Instagram handle in their story, that you can reply to their story mention and give them attention right in the moment. And it's a really cool opportunity. I literally love the story mention option because I'm able to be super personable with my audience. So let's start with the conversation starter. So as you guys can see right here, there's a video that's playing. It's a little GIF that's playing. So this is one of the ways that I've actually been able to actually help with support. This is not necessarily focused on like automated income, but if you wanted to build out a funnel that gave someone access to a freebie or something like that right there in your inbox, you could totally do it. But for the flow that I have set up that I clicked for this one is one of the common questions that I got in my business was when people purchase digital products, they're like, hey, I put my email in wrong, or I can't access the course that I bought. I need help. So literally, instead of them sending me a DM, they can send me a DM, but I have a custom response on how they should go about getting the help that they need. And so this has saved so much time in my business. Honestly, like it has saved so much time in my business. But if you utilize these conversation starters in a strategic way, you can offer someone like a free checklist or, a free training right in your inbox. And then boom, they get access to this free training. And then we'll talk about how you can actually make money from that. So the other flow within ManyChat that you can utilize is the DM me, a keyword option. And like I said, you guys used that to sign up for this today, but I've also utilized this when I'm like speaking at events where I'm like, hey, if you want this free thing, DM me this word. And so I spoke at an event called Thinking Color last year, and I told them from the stage, like, hey, if you're interested in knowing how I built a business from $0 to 6 figures in under a year, go ahead and DM me the word think. So when they DM me the word think on Instagram, guess what? I gave them access to a free offer. And in that same way, you can give your audience access to a free offer that also has a tripwire attached to and associated with it. And then the third one is a story mention reply. And just like I said, I love this particular flow because basically when someone mentions you, there can be an automated response. And so what you'll see here in the video on the right is that there's a flow that says, that responds to their story mention. And then there's like these 2 little buttons that pop up, and I'm going to give you guys time to see it. There's these 2 buttons that pop up, and you have the ability for them to select either yes, I want to join, or no, I'm already on it. And I have that set up so that there's a different flow that initiates based on if they're already on my email list or not. And so the cool thing is now I'm giving them access to my freebie, but my freebie has the tripwire associated with it. So when people sign up, there's an opportunity for me to make money in the moment as well. Okay. So we're going to walk through that. But before I show you guys those, I'm going to break down my funnel. So I need the drum roll in the chat. I don't know what y'all are talking about, but yes. See, Lauren says, love this. Ideas brewing already. My wheels are turning. I told y'all, I prayed for that. Listen, I prayed for that. So I'm really excited. So yep, this is any suggestion for platform recording video training. Zoom, just like I'm on here now, I press the record button and you can do it alone while you're by yourself. Or you can record a session that you've done for other people. Okay, so awesome. So I'm seeing the drum roll in the chat. Thank you. You guys are amazing. I know you guys are saying you love this, so I'm so excited to see that. So y'all, I am a mechanical engineer by background, and I think in steps. So I'm gonna walk you guys through like a step-by-step process of my automated income funnel. So first of all, we've got these different flows that initiate with Instagram DM with ManyChat. So you're either going to use a keyword, the keyword Instagram DM keyword, the conversation starter or story mention reply, and an automatic Instagram DM message is sent to them using ManyChat. So this is going to be sent to your audience. Now, you're going to send them the freebie. So it's very just simple, broken down. I like to have step-by-step. So the DM, then the freebie. Then this is when you are going to present the tripwire. And the tripwire, basically your freebie is going to be set up through like your email marketing system. And your tripwire, basically what you can do in your email marketing system is reroute your, basically after, there's typically an option within your email marketing system that says like, do you want them to see a success message after they've submitted their form, or do you want to redirect them to an external page? And basically what I typically have them do is I have them redirected to an external page. There are some email marketing systems that already have that set up in place where you can basically, like it'll already have like a tripwire upsell funnel in place. But even if you don't have that, you can just do a simple external URL redirect. And so you can redirect them to a sales page that you create. And that sales page, it should be a direct sales page. Now, a sales page is not just your website and, you know, your product carts page. It literally is like that one thing, like where it has the option for them to put in their name, put in their credit card info, and put in, you know, and see what's in the offer. Okay. So that tripwire is going to show up there. And then after they put in that information, then they're going to get on your email list. And then you can email them more offers later and make money using another digital product, like a higher ticket digital product later. But again, in yellow, this is where the money is happening. The money is happening at this initial tripwire, and then it's happening again down the line, but you're making money sooner in your journey because you have this automated income flow set up. Okay. Now, this is how it's all going to come together. And this is just an example of what it could look like for your business. So like I said, you've got these automated Instagram DMs, right? So you've got these DMs that are going on over here, initiated by ManyChat. Then once someone clicks the link to your freebie, mind you, you're going to tell them about your freebie. You send them the link to that free checklist. Once they put in their information in this free checklist, what happens next? It's going to redirect them to a paid digital product. A lot of times these paid digital products can range anywhere from like $9, $15, you know, it could be $100 if you want. So, but you got to figure out what makes sense for your audience and what makes sense for them to make a purchase on in the moment. And then after that,
sit down.
Give me a
You don't
second.
stand up and eat, sit down.
All right, thanks. Okay, so then you take it to the email marketing, and now they're on your email list, and you're gonna continuously be able to market to them, and then eventually you can market to them with a higher ticket digital product. This is just an example. My six-figure Maven course is actually way more than $497, but this just goes to show like how it actually looks when it comes to actual landing pages. Okay. So would you recommend ManyChat only for Instagram, or is it successful with Facebook as well? Absolutely. ManyChat actually started, I think, over on Facebook. Like I heard about ManyChat years ago with Facebook Messenger. So a lot of entrepreneurs utilize ManyChat for other platforms. And what I really enjoy is that, you know, my playground is Instagram. So when they announced that they were coming over to Instagram, I was like, that's my thing. I'm about to go to work with it. And so I'm going to actually walk you guys through some flows in ManyChat in just a second, like actually how to set them up. But I want to give you some advice, because here's the thing. I don't want there to be barriers for you to like be like, oh, I can't make money with ManyChat. It's like, no, I'm giving you the tool, but I want to give you guys the how of actually how to implement this stuff so that you can come up with ideas that you can start selling right now. So, the one thing that you want to make sure of your digital product tripwire is that you want to make sure that it actually adds value and aligns with your with what you market about, and that it aligns with the end digital product that you're talking about. And I'll walk through kind of what that looks like. But let's say if you are a plant mom and you teach people about like plants. So you want to give them, you know, a freebie that's about plants. Your content is going to be about plants. And then your tripwire is also going to be about plants and growing plants. And then your digital product down the line is also going to be about growing plants, right? And I say this, I know this may sound very simple, but a lot of times people mess things up because they're talking about plants. And then next thing you know, they're talking about like being a dog mom. And it's like, wait, you were talking about being a plant mom. I'm confused. So it's like, you need to make sure that everything that you're sharing throughout your funnel actually really aligns. And you can build out multiple funnels for different interests and different people within your funnel. Or different like personas within your funnel. So you want to make sure you create an amazing offer. You want to offer something that you may already sell. So sometimes you can offer something that you already sell and just give it a discount. You also may want to offer something that they will only get because of this. So like sometimes like it's like, you can't get this anywhere else. You won't find this on my website, but you can get it now. Something like that. Or you can have a limited time offer that has a clock and a countdown timer that says, you know, hey, this is available for 24 hours, and you can send text message and email reminders for them to purchase it within that 24-hour period. Or it can just be a limited time offer. Like what you see right here is what you get. If you don't get it now, it's gone forever. So there are so many different things that you can do with Tripwire digital products. Okay. So I actually have a resource for you guys, and where you guys can kind of test this out. Again, if you just use hashtag ManyChat, and DM me that hashtag ManyChat. I actually have a free passive income idea guide. And this is just a guide to help you understand like what type of digital products you can create. It'll have a full list of all the technology you'll use, email, example emails to use in your funnel, all of that. So you guys can get access to that in a little, or whenever you send me that DM. Okay, so the big thing is don't sleep on the power of digital products. I've been able to make digital products like on demand, but then also passively. And so I literally have been able to make so much money in additional income in my business just from the power of digital products. What you're seeing here are just sales that I did that were on demand, like for Christmas and Black Friday and different sales like that. But there are often times where I'm I woke up to digital product sales this morning. I've been making sales with my business throughout the month. It's already April 20th, and I've made, you know, multiple thousands of dollars with digital products this month passively because I wasn't really promoting them publicly. So here's the thing. Don't forget to sign up for ManyChat. I'm going to walk you guys quickly through the flows that I have set up, just so that guys can see how to set them up on your own. And then I'm going to pass it over to our friends at ManyChat that are going to walk you through a little bit more about just kind of enabling this stuff. Okay. So here are the 3 flows, and I'm going to go ahead and just share my screen with this part. So this is what it looks like. Welcome to ManyChat. Okay, so this is what it looks like behind the scenes in ManyChat. So one thing I really love about ManyChat is like when you first get signed in and you get your account set up, this is like, I wasn't planning on covering this, but I literally love this about ManyChat is that there's an entire learning hub where if you're confused about something, go here, you'll probably find it. There's a Facebook community of others that can help you as you're building. And so over here on the left-hand side, this is where you're going to go for the different flows that are set up. So you're going to find the first 2 flows. You're going to find the story mention and the conversation starter flows in the settings area. So this wasn't like, for me, I thought it was going to be an automation area. So sometimes I'm like, where is it? I can't find it. So where to find it is in the settings. And so in your settings, when you go to your settings, on the left-hand side, you see Instagram. You see that ManyChat also has Messenger, SMS, email, WhatsApp, Telegram. So Instagram is just like the tip of the iceberg, okay? So let me make sure you guys don't have any chats. Can someone drop the bit.ly link? bit.ly/Candace ManyChat. I think that's what it is. You might have to type, copy and paste that in there. Okay, thank you. What program do you prefer to send out the freebies and emails? I use ConvertKit, but there's so many other platforms. But like I said, if you sign up for that, I'll share with you guys like all the tools and stuff that I use, because I knew you guys would have questions about that. So, okay, so when you go into your settings, you'll click Instagram channels on the side as the channel on the side. And so you'll see the conversation starters. For you, it'll be new, so you'll have to like set that up. But when you go into the edit section, for me, it'll show you, and I've changed these out over time based on what people ask questions about the most. And so I'm clearly going to change this out about my book because nobody has been asking about it. So literally over here, what you'll see is limited to 4 total max. So I just narrowed it down to like the top 4 things that people typically ask about. Usually for me, it's like collaboration, speaking, questions about like my coaching, what it's like with working with me. So imagine how many people like are reaching out to me that have a request to work with me as a business coach. And this is initiating conversations where, sometimes I'll take it on my own, and other times like there's just a flow behind the scenes that's already kind of getting them set up. So if you click this little button right here, it'll show you the flow that it is attached to. And so basically how I have it set up in here is basically the trigger happens. And ManyChat is pretty simple in the sense that like it literally is like a flow. You'll see it visually in front of you. So if you want to edit the flow, you can literally click edit and make any changes that you want. So like if I wanted to make any changes, so like I typed this all out. If I wanted to make any changes, I could make those additional changes right here. And so it's pretty simple. If I wanted to add in a picture, boom, I can add in a picture. If I wanted to have a delay where it's like, I don't want to respond immediately, or I want to wait maybe 30 seconds before I send the next message, or whatever the time is, I can add that in there. And sometimes like if you don't, if you do something wrong, it'll show you an error and give you like a way to correct it. And I think it's really, really cool because it initiates conversation for my audience. Now, for me, I haven't built out super complex flows in here, but these are just some of the simple ways that you can get started. Okay. So with the conversation starters, 4 different options, 4 different responses. But the other option is if you go back to the Instagram channels, you'll see where it says story mention reply. And so it has the story mention flow. And you can just edit this in your flows. I don't have time to like go through all of the detail on how to like, set up a new flow, but you can see that this has been sent 647 times, right? So what does this mean? This basically means somebody, let me zoom in because you guys probably cannot see that. So if you zoom over here, someone mentions me in my story. I wait 10 seconds. I'm actually going to edit this because I changed it because I was doing some testing this morning. So no, I don't want 2 hours. I want 2 minutes because I don't want it to be like so immediate where people are like, is this a bot? Like, I like people to think that it's me. So I really like to do that. So I'm giving them 2 minutes. And so what's really cool is ManyChat has this randomizer feature where basically it's going to randomize the responses that happen. And so I like this because, like I said, I like my robots to feel like people. Like, I want it to feel like I have an actual response. Now, some of you guys have probably gotten these responses from me at some point. So basically, you can build out a flow that says, basically, X% of the time, they're going to get a different message. So I set up 4 different responses that show up 25% of the time each. You can edit that as you wish. But what I have done is I say, thanks for the tag. Do you want to join my email list? Yes, I'm already on it. So these are 2 different responses that you can set up in here, which are quick replies. And whenever you put in a quick reply, they just have to tap that, and then that next flow is going to happen. You guys see, I always have like some sort of like small delay after they respond. Another one that I have in here that has just allowed me to be more personable. This has nothing to do with generating income, but some of them I just say, I just jump to being nice and being like, hey, thank you guys so much, or thanks so much for tagging me, that type of thing. But if you want it, you can build out all of these flows to lead to some form of income generation. Okay, so I'm going to publish this, and boom, now it's changed. Now I went through those first 2, which is the conversation starters. You guys will get access to this recording because I know you guys are probably like, oh my God, this is cool. But I want you guys to spend time trying this out later throughout the evening and throughout the rest of the week. So the last one for keyword automation flow, you go over to automation and you can set up a new flow. And in this new flow, like I said, this is what I love about ManyChat. Like, they're like, ooh, this is what you can do if you don't know what to do. Like, this is for me, right? Like, I'm like, okay, I'm trying to put my toe in the water with some of this stuff. So what's really cool is you can see the different options of things that you can do here. But if I search keyword, oh wait, no, I'm just going to start from scratch actually. But there's other things that you can do here. I can't find there may be a keyword here. I don't know. I don't see it. But so if we start from scratch, we'll do sample keyword flow. We rename that. All you have to do is click add a trigger. And now on the left-hand side, you can click Instagram, and boom, Instagram keyword. Now on the left-hand side, you can put message contains the whole word. Basically, this is going to say, when this person comments this in your inbox, it's going to reply with this said thing. So sometimes I like to do message is or message contains, because sometimes people put what people put sometimes is like they may put the word and an exclamation point. So I don't want them to miss out on it. But sometimes like it'll automatically trigger something if they didn't mean to say it. So a lot of times I like to have a keyword that is very unique so that, people aren't just going to automatically like send me a message saying that. So let's say I want to put message contains candy. Great. Boom. Now we've created a trigger. Now, anybody who sends me something that says candy, what can I do next? What's the first step? Instagram. Click in this, add text. Hey, want candy? Here's the link to my free candy guide, whatever. And then you just copy and paste the link there. And it literally is as simple as that. And you can get fancy with it and decide to do something else. One thing I like to do, a lot of you guys who signed up today, if you signed up, but or if I had sent you a DM, but you didn't respond after a while, I checked back in with you. So I was able to say, let's do a smart delay of, 6 hours. And I'm going to follow up with you and send a new message on Instagram and say, hey, did you sign up? And then send them the link again just to follow up. So this is the power of income automation. When you can set this up once and you don't have to be present to respond to it. Okay. So this is why I absolutely love ManyChat. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope that you guys enjoyed my session. I know KP is in the chat asking what is the cost. I don't have all the pricing information, but yep, Tiki just responded in the chat, is $15 a month. But I'm going to stop sharing my screen because it is time for our friends at ManyChat to share. So next up, we've got our ManyChat ambassador, Trilce, and she will take us through the rest of today. And we'll have time for questions at the end. So if you have more questions, please hang out to the end because we'll be answering more questions. And we've got some other partners at ManyChat that are here live with us to answer some of your questions. So you guys said this is great. It's not over. There's more because we're getting ready to hear from Tiki. Okay.
Hi, everyone. How's everyone going? Okay, I want to know who's been to Costa Rica. I really want to know who has been to Costa Rica. And if anyone says it's an island, we cannot be friends anymore. But I'm your friendly bot builder Latina. I am in Costa Rica. I am from Costa Rica, all the way back from my great grandparents were Costa Rican. So, dying to come. Awesome. I would love to see you here. So I am here to teach you a ManyChat secret that you're absolutely going to love. So who here would love to know, because I read this in a comment here, who here would love to know how to actually increase your DMs? Because I saw some of you saying like, hey, Candace, does this work for those of us that don't get too many DMs? There's a trick to this. There is a trick to this. So awesome. I see a lot of you are wanting to know. So great. What if...
Sorry, I accidentally muted you.
Now, ManyChat can help you send a private message to every single person that comments on any of your posts, every single person that reacts to any of your stories, every single person that mentions you on their stories. So we're going to learn how to do that super quickly. And I'm going to teach you how to add a buy button to your bot. So that means if you're selling an ebook, if you're selling a guide, if you're selling a course, you can actually have a buy button connected to your Stripe or to your PayPal within your Instagram DMs or Facebook, because I saw some of you were asking that too. So let's learn about that right now. And yes, ManyChat is changing the automation game. Actually, Candace and I started talking. We both have an engineering background. I started my company in 2018, started using ManyChat in 2017. And it was actually thanks to ManyChat that I now have a 6-figure business. So trust me, this is the way to go when it comes to automations. You need to start trying this out. And just before we get started, if any of you want to go through all of the basics, you can just Google ManyChat video course and you're going to see so many different videos here on how to navigate it, how to use it with SMS, how to understand Instagram automations. So if you actually want to go on a super deep dive, you can go on the video course and become an expert overnight. So let's get into it. This is our Fletcher Goods demo account. As you can see here, I have my Fletcher Goods account on Instagram open as well. And I'm going to teach you how simple it is for you to actually automate a reply to all of your comments. We're going to go, I call this the Jimmy Neutron. I don't know if any of you here saw Jimmy Neutron when you were younger or with your kids, but this is the Jimmy Neutron or automation side of ManyChat. We're going to click on New Flow, and we're going to create something that is going to reply to every single person that comments on all of our posts. So we're going to say comment demo, rename. And here, see how I have on the left side, I have the starting step, and also forgive me and correct me if I mix up any of my English words. It's not my first language. Hablo español completamente. So just let me know if I messed up English, if I go right instead of left, because it happens a lot. So we're going to have the starting step here. This is where you tell ManyChat what do you want it to do, okay? So we're going to add a trigger. And ManyChat is going to ask me, okay, what is going to be that trigger? How am I going to know I need to respond to something? We're going to go on Instagram and select Instagram comments. So here I'm telling ManyChat, hey, every single time someone comments on a specific post or on all of my posts, I want you to send them something. So I'm going to select all posts, and we can actually exclude certain keywords, or we can only trigger this if people say price, for example. I don't like to do it on our demos just so you can all try it out perfectly. We're going to click next, and here it's going to tell me, hey, do you want to reply something on the comment? So you're actually replying to the comment with a comment. So we're just going to write, hi, nice to have you here. And we're going to create our little reply. Yes, publish the flow. We're going to select Instagram here. So this is what ManyChat is going to send. See how we have Messenger, Instagram, WhatsApp, Telegram, SMS, or email that you can send with ManyChat. We're going to select Instagram, and we're going to select this one, use as reply to Instagram comments. All we're gonna have to do is write here, hi, thank you so much for commenting on my post. So just by doing this, I'm telling ManyChat, this is what I want to send over. I'm going to come back here. I will change the name of this automation just so we can keep everything tidy. So it's going to be called Candace Demo. Nice to have you here. We're going to enable it. And now if any of you go into the Fletcher Gets account and you comment on any of the posts here, you're going to get that comment on your comment and that automated reply on your DMs. So every single time you're asking yourself, how can I actually drive more messages to my Instagram DMs? You can just create a highly engaging post like, hey, leave me your age here. What is your favorite color? What is the name of your puppies? This is Luna Cornelia, actually. And in the back, we have Henrietta Godolphin. That is my other puppy. So you can ask people fun stuff about themselves, something that is going to help them with their businesses. And they are going to feel engaged to actually drop a comment, and you can send them a DM with all the information about whatever you want to upsell. So something very important is that we can only have one item when we're doing the comment automation. That means that here we can either have this and a button that is going to say, click here to see, click here, just click here. Let's do click here and let's add a little finger. But we cannot see how it's not letting me select any of these other content blocks, because since we're doing a comment automation, we can only have one content block and up to 3 buttons. So what I want to show you right now is we're going to get out of here for a little second. We're going to go into settings, because I know how difficult it sounds like, hey, connect to your PayPal and your Stripe and blah, blah, blah. And everyone's like, okay, do I need an API? Do I need to know how to code? What do I need to do to actually connect my PayPal? All you have to do is go into settings. You're going to scroll down to where it says payments down here, and you can select either your Stripe account or your PayPal account. And just like that, it's going to connect it to your payment platform. That's all you have to do. You can select your currency. You can actually have it activated so it notifies the admins every single time there's a purchase. So you're going to know how much money you made in your sleep. You can actually have all the orders here, everything that you can see out of your payment information is going to be here as well. So we're going to go back into the Genie Neutron side, and we're going to, Luna Cornelia is crying because she wants attention from her mom. She's a very clingy puppy. So since we said click here, we're going to just drag and drop from here, from this little circle, just drag and drop, and we are going to send another Instagram block. But we're going to do something different. We're going to select a card. So here in the cards, you can have your buy button. So let's imagine, Candace, let's say you have 3 different guides. So you have your guide number 1 for beginners. You have guide number 2. And let's imagine guide number 3, just so we don't take too much time out of the amazing community that you've built. We're going to click add button, and you're going to select buy. So just with this, What's going to be the button title? We're going to say purchase now, because someone is like, I really need this guide. I want to get it now. And remember, don't make your buttons boring, okay? You need to make them super flavorful. I'm Latina, so I always love to add some caps. I love to add something that is going to be very emoji-y, just so people actually feel that passion that we're trying to sell them. So we're going to select the price. So this is going to be $15 in USD. It's going to be a guide of the basics. And what are we actually going to ask? Do we want the email, their phone number, or their shipping address? Do we want all three of them? You can select what you want to ask of your customer. And you can actually have an email field value, but you're not going to click this unless you have seen all of the videos on the video course, because this is a little bit more advanced. You can live without this and you can sell without this perfectly fine. So look at this. When the purchase is successful, this means that if the person actually buys, you can send something additional saying thank you. Whoop. Hi, Luna. You can send something saying thank you. She's just a happy puppy trying to see everything. And you can send thank yous, you can send follow-ups, you can actually even send an email. So if you wanted to, and you requested the email from this customer, you can actually change this. Let's drag and drop and just select email here. So all you're doing is adding your blocks. And what does this mean? That if I purchase this guide, ManyChat is going to automatically send the people purchasing an email with all of the information, a thank you note, a discount code for a follow-up purchase. And it's also going to send me, and she decided to pop up, it's also going to send me a thank you on behalf of yourselves. So Luna just wanted to tell you all that she wishes you the best of luck in buying, purchasing, selling, getting everything done with your businesses through ManyChat. So just before we finish with this, because I know it's a lot of information. Let's be honest, it's a lot of information. You can get so much done with ManyChat. I'm actually going to teach you my favorite trick. You can add tags to ManyChat. So look how simple this is. We're going to double click and I'm going to select an action, because what happens if I don't buy that guide? So let's say I go into Candace's Instagram page and I see all the information about the guides, but I don't buy them. Maybe because Luna started crying, maybe because she wanted to go pee, she wanted food. It happens. It happens a lot, but I want to make sure that our clients are super engaged and they feel like we're not forgetting them. So I'm just going to grab this little circle here, move it over to my action, and I'm going to add a tag. So the tag is going to be wants guide. Okay, and let's just connect it to this step. That means that if you leave a comment on any of these posts, you're going to get a tag assigned to yourself that says wants guide. So how do we know if the person actually purchased it? Here, when the person actually bought, since we just saw we can automate the follow-up step, we are going to double click, add an action, add a tag right here that says guide purchased. So just like that, we actually get to know who purchased and who didn't. So look at this cool thing. We're going to hit publish here. It's not going to let me because of the lacking images, but we are going to create an automated follow-up that is going to tell me, hey, Trilce, you forgot about the guide. So we're just going to do this. We'll go back to our flows. We'll go into new flow, and we are going to create a smart delay. Okay, so there's going to be purchase, delay, rename. So we're going to, again, double click, smart delay. And this just means that I'm telling ManyChat, you have to wait. You have to wait X amount of minutes, X amount of days, X amount of hours. So I'm just going to wait 1 hour, okay? So my first step is wait 1 hour. The next thing that I'm going to do is tell ManyChat, hey, can you check if the person purchased? Can you please go check if they have the tag that they purchased the guide? So I just have to go on conditions. It's going to be my condition, yes or no on the purchase tag. So we're going to select, does the contact match all of the following conditions? And what I want you all to notice here is that ManyChat gives you instructions as you go. So if you read everything, it's going to let you know what you have to do. Does the contact match all of the conditions? Any of these conditions? We're going to select all. We want them to match all of these conditions. And the condition is going to be that they have the tag guide purchased. So here what we have is the person went to the comments. They commented, I love this. We sent them that message saying, hey, are you interested in a guide with a discount? Do you want this freebie? Do you want it? They select buy, but they never finished the purchase. So ManyChat here is going to wait 1 hour, check if the guide is purchased. So if that tag is not there, we're going and see how it says yes or no to that condition. So if tag is, we're not going to do anything. They already bought and we already sent them that thank you. But if they do not have guide purchased, we can actually send a message that says, in case you forgot, and you can automate it so it sends the same content with the same buy button, and you can actually add a different price. Hey, we know you must have a super hectic life. We just wanted to offer you a little discount in case you forgot to purchase it the first time. So you can have that automated follow-up. But I know what you're thinking, Trilce, how is it actually going to trigger? What is the trigger? You didn't add the trigger. I know, I have not added the trigger yet because ManyChat can give you rules. So the rules are so simple to use. Look at this. We created this flow. Remember that you need to hit publish whenever you're done, okay? Right now, this one is not done because we have not added an image. We have not added on anything information on our button. So I'm not gonna hit publish because look at this. It's gonna say, we can't publish it right now, but let's imagine it's fully done. We're going to go into automation and we're going to create a rule. So here on new rule, I'm telling ManyChat, basically, when this happens, what do you have to do? So the trigger is going to be that when the tag, they want the guide is applied, meaning that whenever they went into that specific flow of this person wants this guide, you have to do something. And what are you going to do? You are going to start the flow that we just built that waits an hour. So just by hitting start a flow, ManyChat is going to tell you, okay, awesome. Which flow do you actually want to start? Okay, click here and you're going to go all the way down to the purchase delay. Of course, I cannot select it because it's not purchased. ManyChat will not allow you to put anything on your rules that is not completely, it's not purchased. It's not published. There we go. Something that is not published, ManyChat is going to protect you and it's going to tell you, hey, you cannot use this for your rule because you have not published it yet, meaning it's not ready. I'm not going to let you do something that is not ready. So once it is finished, let's do one that is actually published, such as this one. We can just select this flow, save, and active. And just like that, whenever the person gets that tag, ManyChat is going to immediately launch that flow that we just built that waits an hour. So look how simple it is for you to just add your tags, conditions, tell ManyChat to wait for a little bit and send them follow-ups in case you forgot, in case you were busy, in case something happened, in case your puppy is a little bit too clingy and you had to run out because she was being extra mommy. So this is Henrietta Godolphin. She's very shy. She will not come up, but you get to see how simple it is to, and there she comes again, the little miscreant that this woman is. So you can have this working for your Instagram, for your Facebook, and you can actually have them on both. So I don't want you to be doing things twice. I don't want any of you to have to work on doing your Facebook flows and your Instagram flows. Look at this. All you have to do is once you have created your flow, click on these three little buttons and you're going to click on convert channels. So just like that, you can tell ManyChat like, hey, this flow that I just built that gives them the buy option, that gives them the delay so they can actually remember to purchase. I want it to be on Facebook now. Duplicate and convert it. And just like that, of course, I took a WhatsApp one that was published, but look how it converted that WhatsApp flow into a Facebook flow immediately. So you don't have to do anything twice. ManyChat takes care of that for you. So I have a little homework assignment for all of you. I want you all to go on ManyChat, create your accounts. I'm sure, Candace, do we have a coupon code for them?
We sure do. I'll drop it in the chat.
Oh, and it's going to give you 1 month off of ManyChat Pro completely for free. So you get to try it out. You're going to go on the video course. You're actually going to digest all of this incredible knowledge that is in there. You might hear a similar voice to this one in some of those videos. So you're going to start testing things out and let us know how it goes. How does that sound? Can everyone pinky promise that you're going to do the homework with me? Eso, love it, me encanta. Yay! The pro per month starts at $15.
And I'm over here going through all of these questions in the chat. You guys have had so many questions, and I wanted to make sure we didn't miss any of them. I believe Lauren asks, I already have my accounts. Can I still use the code? That part I do not know.
If it's already pro, you can't. But if it's not pro or hasn't been pro for 6 months, then you can.
Awesome sauce. So I just dropped the link in the chat, and you guys, if you're watching the replay, you guys will have that in your email as well. So I wanted to actually address a couple of questions that came through. I believe Jennifer asked a question about I think she asked a question about like spamming and bots, about how Instagram in the past had would shut down an account because of like spam bots or things like that. And she had an account shut down like that in the past. Is that something that you've seen now that I guess chat bots are more popular?
So if you're automating your DMs, you're not going to have an issue at all. I do recommend that if you get a lot of comments, do not automate the comment on comment reply. You can fully automate the DM reply as we saw. Just don't automate the comment on comment. Just comment to DM, because the comment on comment is still a little bit glitchy and can get you blocked if you get a lot of comments.
Great. And I just wanted to repeat, KP had a question in the chat about, is ManyChat international? I know you already answered it, but for anybody who is watching this replay later, I just want to make sure you guys know that ManyChat is fully international. So yay.
International. And you can actually switch languages. So if you go on your profile, which is your picture on the left side, you can actually switch it to Spanish, English, Portuguese. So you can try out different languages on the platform.
That is so awesome, and definitely extremely inclusive, which is exciting. And so I know Jen had another question about, for me, I think when I decide to respond to someone manually versus like the DMs, I was cracking up reading the comments because you guys are like, I feel cheated. I thought you were speaking to me. And it's like, it was me speaking to you. I thought about you in advance and I knew what to say in the moment. And then, ManyChat just helped me talk to you more intimately. And so the real cool thing about ManyChat is that with the DM automation, even though like you may be responding with an automated response, you can at any point respond to your audience. So, there'll be times where I'll have automated chats, but I'll also respond in the moment saying like, something additional. So there are times where, if there is an additional message that's sent, I may add in something like, oh my God, thank you so much. This is so cool. Or like something like, or I may send a voice note. And one thing that really helps me to keep things a little bit more personal too, is that in my Instagram, like with the story replies, or pretty much with a lot of the DMs to create interactions, is that I'll ask them to send me a voice note in return. So it'll actually include like human interaction. And I may be able to tell them, hey, just like respond with this keyword and I'll give you XYZ next. I think there was a question, Tiki, about linking multiple Instagram accounts.
Yes, so you can actually have several accounts. So think of it as your hand, okay? So you can have your personal profile, and that is going to be your hand, your arm, your entire body. So your profile is you, but you can have an account. It's going to be one of your fingers. Okay. So let's say you have an account that is your Instagram. Okay. And that account can hold one per channel. So that means that this finger can have one Facebook that is connected to that Instagram, one Telegram, one SMS, one email, one WhatsApp. And if you want to add another Instagram one, that's another finger. So that's another $15. So you are the profile, and these fingers are just the accounts that you're connecting. And they have to be either business or creator accounts.
Awesome. Lauren says, where is the email automation as well? Or there's email automation as well, question mark.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. And it's actually very, very simple. You can actually broadcast through emails, and you're going to find that to be a lot of fun. You can actually design them, change the fonts, add GIFs, add videos to your emails. So you're going to love it.
So I know you guys are asking about the replay. Yes, you guys will send it out, and I will make sure that I get that sent out. Amanda asked a question about, is it for LinkedIn as well?
Nope, not yet.
Not quite yet. I saw a question about, does it integrate with Wix? I'm assuming that may be about like the chat bot. I'm not.
Yeah, it does. So basically all you have to do is on the starting step that we saw, the little green box, the first green box, all you have to do, there's going to be an option that is chat widget. So it's going to give you an HTML head code. All you have to do is put it into whatever website you have, be that Wix, Shopify, WooCommerce, anything you want, even WordPress, and you can have your chat widget there.
Awesome sauce. And I saw a question about WooCommerce as well. I think WooCommerce is for WordPress websites as well. So I'm assuming yes. Okay, awesome. And then Lauren had a question earlier about, is the exclude feature good for spam accounts? I don't know the fullness of that question, but.
If I get something spammy, I just block it right away, because you need to be very, very specific with your exclusion words in order to get them all. But as we know, they change their sentences so often, like, hey, DM this to get $1,000. Hey, if you want to grow your audiences, and you're like, ugh, no. So I actually make a game out of it, and I comment back, and I have my friends comment back. So they're like, if you want to grow your Instagram page by 1,000 people daily. So we just start commenting like, no, thank you, I'm very antisocial. No, I'm scared of people. So we just take it as a game, and that's the way we handle it.
That's hilarious. Well, I feel like this has been so amazing. I've learned so much. I know I'm going to have to go back and watch the recording. You all will be able to get access to the recording. So if you guys have any more questions, feel free to drop it in there. Amanda asked a question about Shopify as well.
It connects natively to Shopify, yes, and you can also add the chat through the HTML head code.
All right. And then I know you guys are saying thank you. You guys are so very welcome. I'm glad that you guys showed up, asked questions, because you guys were super interactive, and I really, really appreciate that. So, okay. So Mika says, when does the discount code expire? I believe at the beginning of, I think May.
I first saw her as she walked through the class.
Hold on. Sorry. I believe at the beginning of May, but I'm gonna double check. It might go beyond May, but I'll make sure I let you guys know the exact expiration for that. Good question. All right. So if you guys don't have any other questions, we plan to stay for a full 90 minutes, but it sounds like you guys got your questions answered. I'm so grateful for you, TK, for just showing up and sharing, because listen, I would not have been able to do this on my own. I'm going to drop the link in here for the discount code. The discount code, once you click that link, it's manychat.com/meet-Candace. If you scroll down on that page, you'll see that my discount code is Candace 1 month pro. and it's the actual numerical number, 1 month pro, but you guys will be able to get that. And so Lydia asked a question about paid ads. And so I know you, Tiki, would be able to answer that, because there's so many things that you can do with ManyChat. Honestly, it's literally overwhelming.
Drop the link right now for the video course, because if we get into ads, this will be a 3-hour conversation, because you can automate everything on your ads. So you can actually find a section on how to add the chatbot to all your different ads across all channels on the video course, and you're going to go insane with all the options.
Gonna be great. I feel like there's always something new that I'm learning. I learned how to do the buy button today. Shonda says, I'm so sold on this. Let me just go through, because I was like going through and looking at some of the responses that you guys were saying earlier. And I just want to highlight this because I was cracking up, like looking at some of them. So someone said, Lauren said, I wish I had this for my viral video. I sold no products, but got 65,000 views and 1,500 likes and very few website visits. So listen, enabling ManyChat will definitely help you. Lydia said, I'm about to go down the rabbit hole with this. I know a lot of you guys were co-signing on that. I know I saw someone say that they won't be able to sleep tonight because they're going to be putting this up together. So I'm really, really excited that you guys are just excited about ManyChat as I am. So I appreciate you all for hanging out with us today. I know Shonda said she's completely sold on this. So I'm really, really happy about that. And like I said, you guys can check your email in just a few, or later tonight or by tomorrow. You guys will get access to the actual video recording. But if you're in the Learn, Market, Grow Facebook group, we're live right now, so you guys will be able to watch the replay directly from there. Okay. All right. So see you guys. Thank you guys so much for showing up. See ya.
So nice doing time with you. Bye.
Bye.